push that, push, keep pushing, push that, push, keep pushing, push that, push, keep pushing. No matter what you're going through, I want to see you push it, push that, push, keep pushing, push that, push, keep pushing, push that, push, keep pushing.
Man, good evening, everybody. Your host, Maham the Mentor, is here live again with Maham 101. Man, today I'm doing a special episode on Black Excellence, Black History Month and all. We got the Club Shay special today, all about Shannon Sharpe. We got a lot of stuff going on with Monique. We got a lot of stuff going on with the Katt Williams, Shannon Sharpe, and of course, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, so forth and so on. So I'm going to start this off with a short video because, I like to get into my little videos and then we're going to elaborate after that. So we got something to talk about. So this, if you don't know what's going on, this is kind of like a little rebuttal. Steve Harvey is replying, and I don't know why I use Steve Harvey for reference, but, he always has a positive spin on a story for whatever reason, but I don't mind that because I like positivity. Whenever something happens to you in your life, you can always try to find a positive in it. So that's what he seems to do. But let's check out his video.
For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba. The reactions from Monique's interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay continues to pour in. This time, Steve Harvey would address the interview on his morning radio show, The Steve Harvey Morning Show. If you remember, Harvey would also subliminally address the Katt Williams interview in the same way by saying he told lies, spread negativity, and blamed everyone else for his own problems. It appears that Harvey has the same reaction when it comes to Monique's interview and her calling out his fellow king of comedy, D.L. Hughley. On Friday, Harvey would take time to specifically address the topic of comedy beefs by saying this isn't what the genre was made for. Additionally, he would say that only a few of the same comedians are often involved in this type of drama.
I want to address what's being labeled as comedy beefs. This thing that's going around now about comedy beefs, it's only coming really from a few people. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. And those are the youngest comedic giants out there. What you're seeing, man, in these comedy beefs are people who aren't where they used to be.
Now, without saying any names specifically, Harvey would then tell his listeners that he was a headliner in comedy since 1995, and there has never been a question as to who's headlining the show because it's put in his contract. According to Harvey, it was understood, particularly when he was on the Kings of Comedy tour, that each comedian would headline their own hometown. Bernie headlined Chicago, Cedric headlined St. Louis, and DL closed Los Angeles. The only exception would be during a stop in Baltimore where Chris Tucker joined the show and the promoter wanted him to close the show. Harvey stated as long as he got paid, he didn't mind. This, of course, would be in reference to the very public back and forth between D.L. Hughley and Monique, which was reignited after Monique's interview on Club Shay. You see, back in 2021, the two were scheduled on the same lineup, and it appears that both parties were told they were going to close the show. Monique would take to the stage first and publicly roast Hughley. Unfortunately, the roasting didn't stop there, as it continued for the next few weeks and got ugly and personal after family was mentioned. On his radio show, Harvey would go on to say that there's no such thing as a memo, only a contract. This was also in reference to both Hughley and Monique posting deal memos and contracts in order to prove who was the true headliner of that show. I don't know what it is about us, man, but I'm watching other cultures and it just ain't happening. It ain't no white groups battling. It ain't no white comedians battling. It ain't no white superstars going at each other and attacking each other. It ain't no old washed up acts going after the new acts. It ain't got none of that, but we keep filling our timeline with this stuff. Man, we have to do better. So what do you guys think about Steve Harvey's reaction to Monique's new interview on Club Shay? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel, and check out the Hype Market for all your cool and original merchandise. And plus, if you're watching this on YouTube and enjoy this story, send us a super thanks by hitting a button below and tip us what you want to show your support. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Out.
You also intimated that I was a coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me. I would never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that.
All right, man. So we're gonna stop it there. So, man, as you can see, comedy beef is real, right? And so I just wanted to throw my little 2 cents in there, right? Again, I'm a fan of all of these people, man. Monique, uh, you know, our last Netflix special wasn't as good as I liked it to be, but it seems like she doesn't understand. Uh, we want to support, we want to support Monique so bad because she's like she's a representation of black excellence. As far as I'm concerned, I've always looked up and respected people like her and her for herself and the way she maintained her composure, even though she played like a little sucker role uh, as Miss Parker, Nikki Parker, whatever that role was. A lot of people grew up on Monique. A lot of people I'm 46, so I know anybody probably 39 to 26 grew up on her, seeing her every day. Like we watched the Cosby Show, so they pretty fond of her and they look up to her, and she has that position in a lot of people's life. So I just hope she can utilize that and continue to be influential, man, because that's what we need in today's time. And Monique is influential. Katt Williams is influential. But I don't know if they're going viral because they're telling the truth or they're going viral because it's so entertaining to see a black person tear down another black person. That's another thing a lot of people don't want to talk about because we so caught up on, oh, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. He is telling the truth. But is he telling the truth out of love or is he telling the truth out of hate? So, and the reason why I even say that is because, if y'all know me, Maham the mentor, man, I be trying to get young men to be responsible for their actions and the conduct of their character. So I watched the Monique video, and a lot of stuff that I see Monique doing, I say, man, Monique is a habitual line stepper, right? Even though she did what she did, her relationships where they were, but it's a lot of stuff that I was thinking about as I was watching her video. One thing that I was watching when she was talking about Oprah Winfrey, right? And she said whatever happened to their relationship, they fell out. And then she's like, if somebody needs to make amends, and let me know, and I'll apologize. I'll apologize. If I make amends, let me know what I did, and I'll apologize. And that's what I want to talk about. It's too many of us who are grown who know better than this. It's too many people thinking that you can violate somebody, disrespect them, know what you're doing, and yet you still think that that you can go ahead and do what you do and get away with it like there's no repercussion. Some people, when you violate them, they don't really. That's it. They're through with you. They don't care. It's an old saying. They say a major person never let something minor stop them from doing what they got to do. So, for whatever reason, to me, it seems like Monique sometimes be thinking that she was necessary for Oprah Winfrey's success. I hope that wasn't the case because it is what it is. There's an old saying, they say the first sign of evilness is when you start to deny reality. And reality is Oprah Winfrey is a major person, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And she doesn't have to acknowledge or bow down or do anything to anybody, even if they're wrong. If she's wrong and she wants to make amends, you make amends behind closed doors, or you make amends out of love. You don't make amends because you're forced to make amends and stuff like that. But I just want us to do better, man. I swear to God, I just want us to cooperate, love each other, man, respect each other and all that. That's why I'm not going to get up here and talk about Monique. I'm not going to get up here and talk about Katt Williams. I love Katt Williams. And I can't sit here and talk about Steve Harvey, man. As much as people want to talk about Steve Harvey, man, I'm from Dallas, Texas, man. Steve Harvey had a boys mentor organization out here that did great things, man. I love the fact that he was doing that. And out of all the comedians, man, he's the only one that I know about who has actually did that. So man, salute out to Steve Harvey. As much as ridicule and slack and flack that you get, man, I want to say that to Steve Harvey, man. I appreciate you for doing that and trying to inspire young men. I like the fact, man, because like I say, man, I was an out of control youth, young, dumb. I was a penitentiary person. Now you see where I'm at. Got some degree. I'm in my office at my house doing what I gotta do, man. But I had to get my life together, man, and I went to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And and I was on the Steve Harvey show. I might show a little clip of that, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, it's never too late to turn around, man, and appreciate our ancestors, the one who comes before us. All of these people who are older than me, man. Monique, I appreciate you for what you do. Steve Harvey, I appreciate what you do. Shannon Sharp, I appreciate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. Try to stay positive and try to make sure what you're doing is authentic and straight from the heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, we can do better and we will do better, man, if we work together, man. Maham the mentor, man.